Hey guys, how you doing? Let me know if you can hear me all right. Once I get a little bit of confirmation, then we get going. All right, cool. You guys can hear me. Good to go. Microphone. Yep, using the right microphone. Cool. All right, so we're going to get straight into it. We'll go through the rounds. So starting out, right, we're just going to go through our SPX game plan we do every morning. I'm not going to go through the entire thing. You guys can read that in the Discord. I believe in you that you can read. The TLDR for most of these structures, though, is, bullish structure, nice recovery from a little bit of a sell-off we saw earlier in the week. So we go through SPXA. Remember, this is the cruise ship. This is where your long-term, slower moving money is positioned. Significantly larger than the SPXP complex, which we will get to in a minute. We go through our true zeros, right? This is just kind of looking at what the general trend of the delta gamma exposure in the market is over time. Trending higher, good to see. Looking at our GEX ratio, right? That's kind of more of a shorter term focus. Cumulative call gamma relative to cumulative put gamma. Think of that as like a put call ratio, but in our opinion, superior because it has the influence of time via gamma, which the put call ratio does not have. Then we look at our delta balance tool. Effectively, what this is, remember that options are inherently forward looking. So because of that, we can look out into the future expirations to see how folks are positioned. So we want to see if folks are positioned bullish or bearish, and then if that positioning is changing day over day, which this is looking at. See the blue line is pinned at 1, so net that is like a bullish out in time. Then we go through our net stack command, right? This is just a summarization of our 3D surface models for each of the 4 key Greeks. Here we're just looking at kind of what the key strikes are where, there's significant positioning. These are key kind of sensitivity points in the structure. That's how you can think about them. We'll focus more on that on the 0DT structure. Next, getting into the SPXP full complex, SPXP, right? That's where your shorter term speculators are. We think of this more as a speedboat. Quick, nimble, could change day over day. A good bit smaller than the SPXA complex, but nonetheless, we tend to focus this one more just because we are generally kind of more short-term focused. That doesn't mean, we're just trading the minute chart, right? That's multi-day to multi-week time frame. So transition zone 6340, that's kind of the key overall bullish level. Want to pay attention to. Obviously, we have a massive gap up in the pre-market. 6400 is kind of a key upside speculative level right now. We'll see that prevalent in the 0DT structure. When we get to that, looking at same charts, XPXP, true zeros. Thing about here you'll notice is, our slope is diverging lower while price is moving higher. We're seeing kind of lower lows, lower highs put in there. So a bit of a caution there, not necessarily actionable, but just having some market awareness in terms of what's happening. Generally, when price is moving higher, we want to see positioning relative to delta and gamma progressing higher as well. You can see kind of during trending markets, that's what we get. Yes, we do get some pullbacks from time to time. However, we're starting to kind of, have a continuation lower, which we do want to fix here. Same thing, just going through the rounds. Key thing to note here, GEX ratio is at 2.2. So that means for every 1 unit of put gamma, there's 2.2 units of call gamma. This is quite extended relative to the back testing and just the history of looking at this. 2.2 is definitely a bit overheated, meaning there's just a ton of call gamma in the complex relative to put gamma in the complex. Generally resolves itself, just a matter of when. So again, not necessarily actionable because what is extended can continue to be further extended. But we just want to be cognizant of that and just, again, having market awareness about not getting too far out over our ski tips at this moment in time. Same thing looking at delta balance, positioned bullish out in time. Yeah, now let's get to 0DT structure. Let me just look at comments. All right, we're cool there. So here, this is our dashboard for SPX 0DT. Again, just a visualization of how folks are positioned. Thing to note is we're opening up around 63.80, which is quite extended from the transition zones and where we settled yesterday. So that's something to be cognizant of. Reason for that is we say, the air is getting thin up there. And by what I mean by that is when we look at the distribution of call open interest, put open interest, we can see the distribution of put open interest is quite thin up here. So that kind of fear component of folks closing their puts, which adds a little bit of fuel to our upward movement, is non-existent at this point. So from this point forward, it's really going to take that incremental buyer stepping into the market that's going to help propel us higher, which is why we focus on that intraday volume analysis as kind of a key pillar of our intraday tools. That's the exact reason that we do that. So nonetheless, just going through key levels. So transition zone, 63.50, 63.10. That's our key kind of drunken sailor zone, to where, within this zone, we expect to see a lot of meandering. However, if we're able to break through this zone, then we expect to see an acceleration higher. First target, 63.70. We're already through that. Second target, 6400. That's kind of the key upside level for us today. If we do get up to 6400 and above, we want to see that being supported by that intraday volume analysis and the market trend model, seeing filter tick, cumulative tick kind of expanding higher in a linear up move fashion. What else we got? So yeah, kind of the clear zone, just to be cognizant of choppy action in the orange box, right? Upside targets we've already been through. Downside targets below 63.10, then we're gonna have to reassess. But keep in mind, we're opening 70 points above that, so I'm not going to really go through the scenarios below that unless that happened, which we have documented in the Discord, and we can discuss that intraday live, right? But, if we do see a pullback from 63.80 where we are right now, just looking, right, it all revolves around the distribution of speculation is really where we focus in the net OI column. First stop, 63.70, right, going to be a kind of a key level test, key level of reference, see how we interact there. If we lose that, then back down to 63.50, which is kind of the key bull line in the sand that they need to hold. So that's what we'll be watching. Just showing you my chart real quick. Got all that laid out, right? We have the DEX transition, light white box. We have the drunken sailor range, the darker box. Then we just got those key levels laid out for us as well. So we're gonna be opening somewhere in here. So if we hold 63.80, potentially get a retest of that, a vault up to 6400, but time will tell. So yeah, that's 0DTE. Running through single stocks real quick. Right, this is just our pre-market script. You can upload this into TradingView or Thinkorswim. Have our key levels for us. So Apple, right, bumping up against plus GEX at 220. Really not a ton to do there. That's kind of where the move stalled yesterday. Looks like another big move kind of pre-market. So not interested. Tesla, kind of no man's land, not interested. Nvidia, no man's land. Microsoft, rejected at plus GEX, kind of no man's land. Hood, no man's land. So yeah, so all these stocks really no man's land. So really, to get interested in these on an intraday basis, I want to see a pullback into P-trans and then a progression higher. That's exactly what we saw in Apple yesterday. Nvidia yesterday as well. So let me know if you guys have any other stocks you want to look through. Happy to do that, or any other questions. That's really all the comments I have right now in terms of SPX game plan, single stocks. But happy to go through any questions that you all may have. RKT. I don't even know what that is. Rocket. I doubt we have that on our scripts. Yeah, so RKT, let's see, it's got 1 million open interest, so a lot of activity up there actually. Yeah, the thing about there, so 18, kind of key. That's where plus Gex is. So, you know, a very convex strike there. However, we have speculation all the way up to 20 as well. So that's good to see. But really the key level we want to see hold is 18. From there, perhaps get a progression up to 20. Yeah, I mean, we can see just a ton of interaction with 18 right now. So that's going to be key. It's really where it's bumped its head, right, over the last couple of trading sessions as well. So 18 is going to be your key level of reference there. I think someone said coin. People love coin. I think coin looked like crap. Yeah, coin. Yeah, no man's land right now. Not a ton to do there. Yeah, I mean, coins had a nice pullback though, so maybe, you know, well, yeah, large gap up. So I mean, yeah, I'd want to see a retest at 305, then a progression up to 320. But nonetheless, you know, you may already have a position. So, you know, 320, seen a lot of speculation. That's kind of the near-term target I would have, and then, you know, perhaps we start getting speculation built out higher. But we'd want to see these key plus GEX and COI levels shift higher ahead of that. Go. Someone had what? RB Robux. I don't know if we have that in the script. Yeah, so again, COTMP, that's going to be your key level today. We know, right, that's a kind of a key downside level where, you know, those puts are equalized between in the money, out of the money. You tend to see monetization there. RBLX. Yeah, I mean, nice recovery day yesterday as well. It's really settling. It's really at, you know, highs the prior day close. That's good to see. But yeah, I mean, right, 140. Just looking at its structure here, 140. That's gonna be your key level to the upside for sure. Key level to the downside, like I said, is 130. So kind of no man's land right now. Risk to reward, net is 1-to-1, so not super favorable right now. MSDR. Yeah, it's a plus GEX. Yeah, so not a ton to do there really. Yeah, you can see here too. I mean, there's just so much speculation at this 390 level. Again, really not a ton else to do there in my opinion until we start to see the speculation move higher. What else we got? App. Def don't have an app. App. Yeah, so app's at a good spot right now. It's right at top of transition at 395. So that's gonna be the key upside level you want to see hold. Then obviously 400 is going to be just a key psychological level. So above 395, 400, 410, 420. So yeah, definitely the best risk to reward name we've seen so far. And yeah, really just want to see 395 hold. Let's see, go through some more here. Let's see what AMD looks like. Yeah, so AMD, let's see if we can get back to 165, maybe a retest of that, but I mean, we're holding yesterday, you know, gap lower, but nice recovery intraday, so, you know, maybe take out the highs of that and then progress up to 170. PLTR, yeah, I mean, that thing, all it does is go straight up, so, yeah, it's at plus GEX right now, so not much to do there. Looking at HUD, middle between B trends and plus GEX, not a ton to do there. So yeah, that's kind of all that I got. I'll check the chat one more time. Yeah, that's what we want to see hold. Yeah, pull back to P trends. Like P trends is our key kind of upside level in terms of like where we want to set trades up at, right? And so if that level doesn't hold and we drip back into the transition zone, then our thesis is invalidated. So yeah, that's what our that's what our P2P 100% mechanical strategy is predicated on, is P transit plus GEX, that entire move that underpins our whole methodology of what we do here at Game Edge and proves that it works. So yeah, pre-trans is a very important level. And just for you guys reference, if you're new to watching this, or new to Game Edge, whatever we do, if you go to GameEdge.us, we got a blog where we've put out like 25 pieces this year. We got a couple free courses. The main one is this Game Edge Fast Pass, which that is our entire methodology. Walk through how to use all of our tools. So if you're new to this, right, like the point of YouTube Live is not to sit here and explain every single topic. So if you're not familiar with market trend model, linear update, plus GEX, P-trans, like may sound like a foreign language. That's the point of this Fast Pass, is basically walk you through everything that it is we do. Yeah, it's a good bit of information, right? But this is a new concept to a lot of you guys. Doctors, lawyers go to school for 4 years, so there is no shortcut to this, right? You got to put the work in. But we got testimony after testimonial that shows that if you do that, there's good things for you on the other side of that. Got any questions on that, feel free to email us, type something in the chat, whatever. We just want to be a resource for you guys. So with that, yeah, we can do Qs. Sorry, I didn't. Lily, I think Lily had some announcement. They had earnings or something. We'll go into the Qs right now. I mean, it's probably gonna be a similar story to that of the SPX. Where's it gapping up to? 671. Oh, well, never mind. We have pre-market quotes for this. Yeah, so it's right in the middle of its transition zone right now. 670. I mean, that's a massive level. Geez. So yeah, we want to see 570. I don't know why. 570s. Excuse me. Want to see that hold. Obviously, 580 kind of key upside level there right now. Kind of the ultimate target. Yeah, I mean, looking at 0DT, we're kind of at the top of the clustering right now. So, like we were talking about with SPX, we just need to see a continuation of volume higher. There's basically like no puts open up here. So yeah, that's what I think about that. Structure overall on a full complex looks good, but kind of on 0DT, unfortunately, a lot of the moves already been had in the pre-market. Lily, you don't have Lily, so we can type in Lily. Yeah, Lily looks like absolute trash. You guys should notice how this entire dashboard went from green to red. So it's just a put dominated structure right now. So in terms of getting long, does not look good. I mean, the chart looks like garbage as well. It's basically been consolidating for like a year and a half at this point. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if your intent is to get long this stock or short this stock or whatever, but in terms of getting long, it's super favorable right now. It's below its negative GEX and POI level, so kind of the largest short-term put position. So maybe we see a little bit of a reflexive bounce higher just because rubber band could be a little stretched to the downside, but that doesn't mean to get long this stock until we start to see a material improvement in structure. And by that would be puts leaving and calls coming back in. So a lot of work to be done there. Let's see. I think I hit all the stocks. If you guys got anything else, let me know. But if not, again, recap 0DT plan. Junk into the range, we're going to be opening well above that, 6380. So 6370 is going to be kind of a key first level test. If we lose that, 6350 is going to be the next key level test. 6400 is what we're looking as the upside target right now. But keep in mind, in order to do that, we need to see upside continuation both in our vol-in command, which I'll get to here, right? This is just a snapshot from yesterday. So we want to see this action right here where we saw a a move higher in call speculation. That helped us propel higher. But if we see any kind of stalling like this, then likely an upward advance is not going to happen. And then right, with our market trend model as well, we want to be seeing this kind of linear up via the filter tick and the cumulative tick, which is just indicative of large transactions coming into the market. Yeah, we can hit on Costco. Oh man, looks like this one rips higher as well. Cost. Yeah, so yeah, 980 right now, kind of key upside level. From there, 1000 key psychological kind of whole level. So that's why I'd be looking at right now. And then to the downside, 960 is going to be a key level of reference. So, all right, cool. I'm going to end it there. We got 9 minutes till the open, so I'm going to go, get some water, get prepared for the session. And we will see you guys in the Discord, looking for some trades and whatnot. So, see y'all then. Thanks. Bye.